People are open to entrepreneurship more now than before, where we can really come in and create and disrupt an 8 to 15, ongoing to $15 trillion industry with something that is timely. I feel like if I said something like this out loud, it would make a lot of people upset. So I'm here with Michael.
Hey.
And he is the business development manager for the Miami and Caribbean?
Correct, Miami and the Caribbean.
Awesome. And so, Michael, why do we do these ship tours?
So these ship tours are a great opportunity for our travel advisor partners to come see what we have going on, our newest initiatives, newest projects, and come enjoy and get a little sample of what it is to sail with MSC Cruises. So That's the main point, is to get familiar with our brand.
I love it. And the ship is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to sail.
Oh my gosh, stay tuned. There's more to come.
To me, I think it's a conversation that needs to be talked about. Like, how do we use AI and technology to enhance what we do so that the human touch isn't lost in the process? I think that's like one of the most impactful things that we can do when we think about how to incorporate AI into our business. It could make it so much more efficient, less error, give the client a better experience, be more immersive and interactive, more accurate. There's so many enhancements that AI can kind of interject into the industry, but I feel like we're gonna have to create some rules around it so that there is some form of security for people who love this profession and who don't want to lose the human element of what we do, which I think is so powerful, being able to connect with someone and change their life through booking their travel or creating an experience, that like connection that, somebody put their thought and intention into like creating this experience for you. I feel like people don't want to lose that. Okay, we're rolling. Hi everyone, my name is Nina Milan.
And I am Neftali Mijan.
And we are the founders of Travel Creators.
So how did you come up with the idea for Travel Creators?
The path is kind of split between two goals. So the first goal was that I always loved to travel, but I always found that it was very difficult to kind of make it happen within the budget that I wanted and all things like that. So just kind of plant that in the back of your mind. The other part of it was that our daughter was going into the Air Force and her first duty station was in Hawaii. And I was like, how do I get this family to her special moments in the military? Mm-hmm. And we're in New Jersey. And, like that is a big trip. It, flights and, we had babies at the time.
Yeah.
They were so little. And how was I going to do that? And I saw a friend, she was stay-at-home mom, and she was traveling left and right,
all the time,
all the freaking time. And so I asked her, and she told us about the fact that she was a travel agent. And I was like, wow, you could like be one at home. I always thought a travel agent was like, you go into a physical building and sit there and like look through books and like
and nobody else walks in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then like you don't see anybody else in there, and like you give them your credit card and they book your travel, right? I looked at her business. It made sense to me. We joined. I dragged you into it. And then like my first 30 days, I get like a Disney booking for 7 people. And the commission, I think it was definitely a 4-figure commission for me, when I was like, what? You can make money like this? I mean, I was hooked, and it did come with advantages that I didn't have access to before. Bringing people on board and being a travel marketing coach and a business strategist, there was this white space in the market where travel agents were creating agencies, business, whether they were with a host like me or whether they started their own agency from scratch. The selling part, there was so many resources, but the marketing part, unless you were someone that really felt comfortable with your camera and taking photo and video, most people could only sell travel based on materials that were provided to them, right? Or they could search for stock stuff. It wasn't as immersive as them. Or if they did go on a trip, it was kind of a mediocre, very amateurish kind of way of putting together some of the things. And I felt like there was just a need to really help people level up their visual confidence and their creative clarity.
Sure.
Those were the two things that I saw most early stage entrepreneurs needed. And the other side of it is that, I have such an extensive background in design, marketing, and social selling. Did network marketing for a long time, and that's where I really developed a lot of the business and entrepreneurial mindset and confidence. Like, I think that was the biggest thing I took away from that. So I had all that experience in being able to social sell and really market myself online. And I saw a gap in the market because a lot of travel agents did not know how to be content creators so that they could story tell. Travel creators is different because we allow you to hone in on your marketing. And most agencies don't really do that. They outsource it. Maybe they'll partner with a business that could be like us, right? To install that component into their experience for their agents. Or you just find that they just don't at all. They don't do anything, and they'll just tell you, that's what you're responsible for. That's how it is, or maybe they'll bring in people here and there, or they'll do workshops. I mean, I'm not saying all of them just completely leave their people hanging, but the onus is really left on the agent to kind of figure it out, to hire the third-party people to do their brand, their logo, to create a brand and image for them. So they have to outsource that. And that can be very inconsistent because most people don't know how to hire. They don't know how to vet the work. They don't know how to give design direction. They wouldn't even know what to say to get the end result. And they're hoping they're working with the right people that are going to guide them. But we have seen, there's a lot of people in the creative field, maybe they're just starting or whatever, but the work can be inconsistent, and going on some of these gig websites can make it even more inconsistent, right? And so it made sense to really pair them with someone like me, who is a tried and true professional, comes from a commercial, a traditional business background, went to school for design and production, right? And has been in, film and done all kinds of media and advertising. It made sense to take my expertise and give guidance to these entrepreneurs at the start, right? So now they're not having to fumble through and make all these mistakes and have all that gig stuff. They're getting that guidance on how to position themselves and really own it, because you don't need to even necessarily do that, because there's all these things that will allow you to at least set up your initial MVP brand. And so they just need guidance on how to do that. And those are the things that they'll be able to learn in our community. It's really carving out a new role. It is disrupting this industry, but I'm really looking at it from a place of wanting to future-proof it.
Like a conservation.
Yeah, I want to preserve the human touch of what a travel agent does. In the pandemic, people lost the human touch element because we were shut down. Everybody was disconnected. And what you had a lot of people that had booked travel, and the companies had outsourced their call centers, or maybe they went to just an AI only model where they were having chat bots for customer service. And that really hurt a lot of people because companies folded completely and they lost their money. They couldn't get a refund, and people really felt bitter about that. And then you had those that used agents, and it was a totally different experience. They had a person to talk to that kind of relieved them of their fears and took that element of customer service on to kind of walk them through the experience of trying to get their money back. They really had that human touch point. Mm-hmm. And that made the experience better, and it really solidified the role of the agent.
I would definitely say that post-pandemic, there has been a presence of kind of when you speak to clients, there is a desire to want to have somebody that knows what we just went through and understands what does that mean moving forward for how I want to navigate the world of travel.
Right.
No pun intended. When you hear the stories that people have about what happened and how that has ignited the passion inside of them to finally do the things that they had been planning with somebody who unfortunately may not be with us anymore.
Right, right.
It's super, super powerful, and to be in a position to provide that is a gift.
Hmm.
It's super rewarding,
Yeah.
and it absolutely needs a human touch.
It's crazy. I've had magazines reach out to us. I've just done 4 interviews.
You did one today.
I did an interview today. So all these incredible things are happening. Magazine things that just come out. I just finished another article the other day. And just getting a lot of buzz because people really do see this as the next evolution of what a travel agent is. What's key about us that makes us different is that when you come to one of our immersive events, you're walking away with 3 to 6 months of content.
Yeah,
It's a strong claim, right? But I'll prove it to you. Let's say, for example, like next month, we're going on a cruise with some of my agents that are in the business. And I've already mapped the entire ship
Mhm.
for the best places to capture content, what time of day, what kind of content. So they're like getting this kind of like walkthrough,
It's like
a roadmap for their experience to create this content. We're creating things for your marketing on site, right? You're going to have a whole kind of really fun adventure when you go on one of our experiences where, content creation is at the center, and it's not going to feel like a chore because we have the professionals on site. You're not taking your photos. You're not taking your video. You're just showing up and being the star of the show. And nobody does that.
No, and I think the biggest regret that a lot of people that go on trips, whether
They're
they
like,
be
what do I do?
yeah, whether they be travel professionals or
And everybody's like,
just anybody, you
I
go
don't
on
know.
trips and you don't know how to take shots or what to
Yeah.
do, or
Yeah, a lot of people just don't have the confidence to
right.
really like do that and like capture these really great things. So this is how we can back up our claim of you walking away with 3 to 6 months of content, is because you're also getting professional shots every time you come to our experience.
Well, you're getting professional shots, you're getting
Yes.
whatever shots you get, and you're getting B-roll of you doing your work.
So yeah, we have a creative framework that's proprietary to our process and our program that really drives home 5 key skills that every content creator needs in order to build a successful content creation business. On top of that, those 5 skills are also needed in the travel industry. So there's an interesting intersection between the two because the foundation is business. It's just that the approach would be different based on the goal. So the framework that we have created that people can go through and get certified in is something that brands will be able to bet on. And the biggest thing about why somebody would want to have a content creator kind of like background and training is because it future proofs your career. The creator economy is only growing. There's no signs of it stopping, right? The influencer and creator economy is here to stay.
Yeah.
And so it's a natural evolution of like what people have to learn. So we have become the school for creativity.
Yeah.
People are open to entrepreneurship more now than before. I have a strong background in network marketing. All the skills that I've developed because that was a legitimate business has brought me here to creating this big business that we have, where we can really come in and create an entirely new role and disrupt an 8 to 15, ongoing to $15 trillion industry with something that is timely for the entrepreneurs of today that, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, their mind wasn't open to it. But because we had a global pandemic, because we have had signs of a recession in our country, people are open to entrepreneurship more now than they ever have been in years. It is no longer a luxury to have another source of income. It is a necessity. You have to create some form of passive income or direct income through another or second or third job, which I know people have. But I would much rather people have passive income or income that fits into their life, meaning like the thing that they do, how they trade their time for money fits into their lifestyle. And so there's a lot of ways that you can trade your time for money. Why not do it in the travel industry?
That sounds a lot more fun.
Heck yeah, it's a lot more fun.
So for everybody listening, how can somebody get started with us?
So the best thing that they could do is just go to our website, travelcreators.co, and get on our wait list. Our launch event will be a larger event, but even that will sell out. And that's going to be crazy. Oh my gosh. It's going to be crazy. If you're someone that's interested in being a creator with us, if you're interested in being an agent with us, just reach out to me directly. You can visit me on Instagram, Nina Milan _ make sure you put 2 L's. And I'm on Threads, Nina Milan _ Facebook, you can look me up as Nina Milan. I think my Facebook is like facebook.com/re.nina. Re.nina, that's my personal account. You can email us at hello@travelcreators.co. Make sure you put .co.company, Travel Creators Company.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love for you to just subscribe to our channel so you can follow how I'm developing this business and just how we develop and grow as people, as leaders, as business owners. A lot of times you don't really get to see what it's like to build a business from its inception and seeing what people go through. Please leave comments below, ask me questions. I'm an open book. I will be here sharing my journey, and then you can also just be a part of our movement and what we're doing. And I look forward to really helping you guys really create the life and the brand and the business that you love.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.